Hello gems, Syafire here, and today we are going to be learning how to bring a Photoshop into live 2D Cubism in order to rig and animate our character. Now, this is the first part of how to become a VTuber. The first step is cutting up our Photoshop file into layers that will work once it gets over into live 2D Cubism. So let's go learn how to do that right now. Also, I would highly recommend watching this full video through before you start drawing your model so that you understand and can absorb all the information so you know what to expect when you're going in to draw your 2D model. So if you already have drawn one, that's fine, but I'd watch this whole video to get the full understanding so that you know what is going on before you get into live 2D Cubism. Psst. By the way, if you're like, dude, I just want this lady to shut up and I just need to know how to cut my layers up, go to the timestamp down below that says cutting layers beginning or something like that. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but yes, go to that. All right, we hop into Photoshop, we got it all ready, and this is the character I worked on. We're just gonna be focusing on upper torso today. So I'm not doing a full body one. I will probably do full body tutorials in the future, but right now, because we're in the beginning of learning, we're just gonna do the upper half. So what I want to talk about first is how do you know what style you want to draw your VTuber in? Because I've seen super mega anime looking ones, I've seen like more realistic painterly ones, and then there's something like mine, which is a little bit of a mix of realistic painterly and a mix of anime aesthetic. It is very possible to do a more realistic style painted anime character, which again is sort of what I wanted to go for. So if you're sort of in that zone, or even if you want to do just an heavy anime aesthetic character, this should still work for you. So the first thing I want to talk about is figure out what character you're making. Do you have a persona or a brand character for your stream or your YouTube channel already? What are you going to make? And then choose a style is the second thing. So what are you going to make, what character, and choose a style. So the first thing I like to do is collect reference photos. Now this is a bunch of reference photos of my character Syafire, different versions that have been made of her, versions that have been made by others, versions that have been made by me. So this is just a big nice collection of references for me to know, okay, this is what she looks like, these are the main components, but let's try a new style. So this I put together on an application called Prpr, and I will be linking that down below in important links. Super awesome program. If you need it to stay on top of everything, a simple way to do that is you right click on the program, click mode, and click always on top, and it should always stay on top even when you start drawing in your Photoshop program. So that's super duper helpful. And as far as navigation goes with this program, you can hold right click to move around the window itself, hold down Alt and click with your left mouse to move around, and to zoom in, scroll wheel, and to move stuff and bring stuff on top, you can just select it with your mouse. So those are some of the basics there. And if you want to make something smaller or bigger, hold down Control Alt and hold click and drag. So that's how you make things bigger or smaller with Prpr. All right, enough about Prpr. We're gonna go into another collection of references I have. So I decided I wanted to go with a realistic anime sort of looking piece of art. So what I did was I went onto ArtStation. I'll drop ArtStation down below in important links, and I looked at different stuff that I was like, okay, this is like a style I want to go with. So I pulled some of my favorite references and things that will be able to help me. Like I wanted to do some sort of glossy lips, so as you can see I reference this pretty heavily for the lips. And we also have this realistic anime character because I really wanted to go with something that felt more realistic than just flat anime. I have tons of references here to help me out. As you can see, I have stuff for how to do the abs, which is underneath, all that, which we'll get into later, the lips. We've got other just things that inspire me, other things that are going to help with anatomy, and then I have some clothing reference as well. Once you have all this reference, you're going to want to start drawing, get a sketch. I actually did my sketch on paper first, believe it or not, which, by the way, I'll show you guys what that looks like. So honestly, if you need to draw on paper first, don't be afraid to do that, because I personally feel like I have more control on paper, and plus I just wanted to do it on paper first as well. But this is what my sketch looks like of Syafire first on paper. Obviously there's things that have changed, but again, don't be afraid to draw on paper first if you have to. So I brought my sketch into Photoshop. I just sent it to my email, uploaded it into Photoshop, and then I drew on top of it, and then I got this sketch. So with live 2D, you're gonna want a lot of things cut up, and we'll get into that later. But the first thing to know, or the first thing that helped me at least, was literally forget about all of that and just draw the character first. Just draw the character how you would draw any other illustration of any character, facing forward with a neutral face expression. By the way, make sure you do a neutral face expression because you'll be able to change the face expressions in live 2D itself. So do a neutral face expression. They're gonna look a little dead inside, probably, like darkness, my but it's gonna be fine. Just draw the 2D image first, color it, get it to a place that you're happy with. And now let's hop back to the place I was happy with at the time. So you got to this point, your character looks great. You're like, yes, this is it. We drew it. It looks good. We painted. Awesome. Okay, the next thing that I did, which I found helpful because the way my brain works, I needed to draw it out before separating it into 1,000 different layers, 1,000 different pieces. So what you're going to want to do is merge all your character onto one layer. So you're going to want to have a flat layer. Sorry, I just moved my camera because I small brained and had my camera over my layers. So I'm so sorry, but we're going. So, all right. So what I did to merge all my layers onto one was I used the hotkeys Control-Alt-E. It will make a merge layer on top of everything of every layer that is currently visible. So I've got this now. This is my full layer Syafire. If you want, for safety precautions, go ahead and drag it down to the plus and duplicate it. Make sure you have a backup and just turn the visibility off, but keep that backup. Also, I'd recommend keeping all the split layers in backup as well, just in case you need it. So maybe save out a separate file, do whatever you need to ensure that you still have the pieces separate if you need it to be that way. So now I have my Syafire. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start breaking down the pieces into the singular assets that they need to be in when they go into Live 2D. So basically, I'm just going to take my lasso tool, and you're going to want to be super accurate with this. I'm being super loose right now because I don't have to be super accurate for this tutorial, but be as accurate as you can. I'm just using my mouse too. You can use your tablet. And again, so you're just going to want to circle one, and now I'm going to drag this out. I'm going to copy it, Control-C, Control-V, paste it, and now I have the eyebrow by itself, and I'll just call this eyebrow dash left. I think that's her left. No, that's her right. Yeah, and do it relative to what her is. So even though this is my left, this is her right eyebrow. So R. And what you're going to do is, obviously this eyebrow is not the perfect alone asset that it needs to be, so you're going to want to go in there and you're probably going to have to use your eraser tool and start doing some editing to make sure the eyebrow is just the eyebrow by itself, nothing else, no pieces of the hair, eyebrow only. So you'll do the same thing with your right eyebrow over here. So you have a left eyebrow, you'll do a right eyebrow next. So next I'm going to create a group. I'm going to click on my folder and I'm just going to call this Brows. Lowercase and uppercase honestly don't matter that much right now, so don't worry about it. So it's just gonna be called Brows. I'm gonna drag my right eyebrow in there, and now I'm gonna lasso tool. This is going to Control-C, make sure I'm on my main layer, Control-C, Control-V, and now we've got the left eyebrow, so I'm just gonna call this eyebrow dash L. And I'm also going to drag that into my Brows folder down there. All right, so now what we've got is we've got two eyebrows. Again, that looks really like trash. Like I said, I'm not trying to make it super accurate right now, but you can turn down the main layer if you want you can turn down the main layer opacity so you can start seeing how things are playing out. So now you got your your right eyebrow and your left eyebrow, and those are on separate layers. Now we're going to move forward, and I'll keep continuing to tell you how you can break down all these layers. If you don't want to sit through this whole thing, some people will, some people won't, all good. If you don't want to, go ahead and click the Discord link down below. I have a Google Docs file. It is extremely valuable, that has a key and everything that shows how you can diversify your layers and break them down into the desired cut up sections that they need before they go into Live 2D Cubism. So again, go ahead and join the Discord, and there will be a section in the Discord called YouTube tutorial links or YouTube resources, something along those lines, and go ahead and look at the pin messages if you've arrived at this video at a later time and you can't find it, but the name of the Google Doc will be the same thing that this video is called. So go ahead and click that if you want to see, or if you just need that visual up to next to the video as well, please pull that up. Next, we're gonna go to our hair. I already have some of this worked out already, so I'm just gonna show you an example then. So for your hair, there are two ways you can cut up your hair. You can cut them up as way larger chunks, which I'll show you, or you can do literally single, like thread by thread, piece by piece, which is going to give you a lot more fluid, beautiful animation. Again, it's up to you. If you're doing this for the first time though, I'd recommend honestly probably just doing the larger pieces if you want to get your VTuber done quicker, or if you're not really sure what you're doing yet, it might be more helpful to break it up into bigger pieces. But if you want to be ambitious and go all for it, then just start breaking stuff into smaller pieces if you can, literal single pieces. So for example, I broke up this piece. Here's one piece right here, and you can call it whatever you want as long as you remember what it is. So this is her left side, so I called this hair side left number 1, okay? And then for the mirroring side, I have this is hair side right number 1. So again, the system, you can name it whatever you want, whatever works, just make sure you remember it. And here is hair side loose left. I don't know why I called it that, but I did. And now we have hair side left long 1. We have hair side left long 2. We have hair side left long 3. All right, so then for the right side, again, hair side right long 1, hair side right long 2, hair side right long 3, and hair right side long 4. Now, this is an older version of the file, and this is not how you're gonna want these pieces to be drawn. You're gonna wanna go in and fix these, and I'm gonna show you what something right versus what something wrong looks like. Here is what something right versus what something wrong looks like if you're bringing it into live 2D cubism. If you are going to be animating every single piece of hair, then you wanna make sure that it's fully drawn out. So here, this is the correct thing. Over here, this is the incorrect thing, because if this piece of hair starts swaying back and forth. For example, if my head is tilting and this piece of hair is tilting with it, this is gonna pop out and show over here, and you're gonna see all this ugly, gross, extra hair that you don't want. So you want a full piece like this. So if I tilt my head, this full piece is going to be able to rotate and tilt with the head. So again, this is an example of what you do want, especially for the hair, because I struggle with the hair, and what you don't want with the hair. Okay, so now I'm in my newer version of my file, and again, I'm gonna kind of show you. So like I said, we're doing eyebrows first. So eyebrow left, eyebrow right. So these are the clean versions you want. You're gonna want to make sure probably that's full purple. I didn't, but you know. Hair. So again, as you can see, look at how full this piece is compared to this piece. Now let me literally bring this over and show you what the difference is. See how this has the full line art and full art next to it, and this one is a little bit more choppy and just not good looking. So again, this is your wrong example. This is your right example. Yes, that's what you want. Now let's take a look at what you'd want for something like animal ears. I just had the ear like this pretty much. If I want the ear to tilt downwards, look at how it's going to show up when it's behind her. It's going to be behind her, and you're going to see this giant gap. So again, you want pieces in full. So again, here's an example of not something you would want. So again, we're gonna put our X next to this. You don't want this. What you do want is this. So you see the difference here? This is not a fully drawn asset. This is just like flat 2D. So if I rotate that ear, we're gonna have issues because you're gonna see a giant gaping hole. But if you rotate this ear, it's gonna be a lot more fluid and it's gonna look a lot better. See the difference there? So again, we'll just show you the difference. So we got good ear, not good ear, good ear, bad ear. If you have a loose piece of hair, this is called an 𝐒𝐿𝐲. Again, that's going to be its own piece. For the bangs, if you really wanted to, you could literally slice every single one of these pieces into a single piece of bang. However, for me, I just did sections. So we have the side, we have the middle, we have the right. So again, side, middle, right. For the eyes, you're gonna want, when you do the eyes, you want the full irises, 1, 2. You're gonna want your highlights separated. You're gonna want the eye white, it's separated. You're gonna want the top. Whoops, you're gonna want the top lash separated into multiple pieces, so you got a side of the wing. If you have any other additional little wings poking out, those best be on their own layer. Bottom wing and bottom line. So make wings their own thing, make eyelashes their own thing, but the line itself, it can be its own. For the nose, you can go with a more complex nose. Just make sure the shadow is a part of the nose. That's what I did for my nose. The blush marks are their own thing. Bottom lip, top lip. And because I didn't do a flat lip like you see a lot of 2D models have. I had to do the inside of the mouth separately, the teeth separately, and the tongue separately. So again, just keep thinking of these as different assets. And this is because if I need her mouth to open slightly, then we'll have the inside of the mouth. Again, don't worry that these corners are not touching the sides, because you'll have pro tools and 2D cubism, live 2D cubism, that are going to help you pull the corners up. So don't worry about that. Just do your bottom lip, do your top lip, teeth, tongue, mouth, whatever, depending on the lips that you're doing. For this choker, again, it's its own asset. For the top piece of the dress, it's its own asset. For the middle torso piece, I combined the body onto the torso, or I combined the shirt onto the torso. That's fine, you can do that, and the skirt is also its own piece. Popping in really quick to say that when you're initially making your model, if you want to do a full body one and you're starting to sort of get ready for it, you are going to want the body as like an asset by itself, if this makes sense. You see how it's a full thing? And this is because if you decide you want to change clothes later or switch clothes for the holidays or the season or whatever, you might have something that is a completely different build. You might need like the middle section because she's wearing a crop top or something. So make sure you build out the full body asset underneath and save that for later use. For arm, you got upper left arm, upper right arm, you got the bottom arm section, and then I've also got the neck as well. So as you can see, we've got a neck, we've got a left arm, right arm, lower part of the arm, and then again, middle section here. So again, hopefully seeing how this is broken up is helping you guys out. Like I said, I literally drew this whole thing flat first, and then I went in, lasso tooled everything, and then named and started fixing what needed to be fixed. So for example, this piece of here is really sloppy on the sides. This piece of here is a little sloppy too. So is this. So was the lip and the eye. So basically what I was doing was I was just going in and I was cleaning stuff up. So like I had the top part of this eye cut off, so this wasn't a full iris circle, and you want it to be a full iris circle because your character is going to be looking down like this. So once you cut out this iris separately, make sure that you are going in and you're making an actual full thing and not just like cut off at the top like halfway here like it might be when you draw it 2D at first. So just make sure all those assets are full assets, the full thing. It cannot be not full because you might need it to move in a way where you have to see the whole thing. So that should be pretty much everything you need to know. Again, if you want to know exactly how to cut up your layers, layer for layer, asset for asset, I have a Google Docs to that in the Discord. The Discord will be linked down below, and I'll point to which channel that'll also be in. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. If you want to catch me live over at twitch.tv/Syafire. I stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, and we will see you on the next video. Goodbye!